Good morning. This is your crypto day morning. Today's date, well, that comes in that of Tuesday, 5th of March, 2019. All bets, trades of the like. Well, then within that's within each's own risk and their own reward. Bitcoin price is currently in at 3,806, coming off of the lows, which it congested a lot at after the move. And like I've said oftentimes, there's going to be big moves up and down. And when it does, don't be surprised if it follows it going sideways. This was a big move down. It went sideways. This hour, we're having its big move up. This is a single hour time frame. Time frames are here, as well as you can see it here for the 60-minute. As far as the daily term is concerned, it technically is a continuation, as it's had this down move and we've had this level of support. It's pierced below the 18 lows, but that's all it's really done. It regained this sell-off, and yesterday's sell-off looking to be regained as well, as it has entered itself back in towards the 18 average of lows, at least amongst its daily terms. So just stay hanging in there from this down move, still congesting its play through time. So therefore, until it has a significant break below here, we'll be looking for the 3470. This move here, it can still get a little further to extend its range, like up to the 18 highs, which is 3900. But then above that, the big level is the 41, and breaking that, things could go really nice and wild breaking such. Probably a fast move to 48 to 5, well, probably even 5,000 even, or a pierce below as my expected target if it gets above it. But on a bullish level, holding this support mark so far, because if you can hold and stay where you came from on a price decline, and this line that I drew in way back in the before Christmas, before it even hit this resistance point back on December 20th, drew these lines on the way up, representing Fibonacci from these lows and the $20,000 highs. These are microscopic Fibonacci levels. Even the this is a 15%, and the 48's a 23.6% Fibonacci mark, with 63 representing 38.2%. On Litecoin's point of view against the dollar, it did not, yes it did. I was going to say it did not come back to where it came from, but it technically did. It did not come back to this line, but these Fibonacci lines are so, I mean, they can be removed because they represent this high to this low. So therefore, the Fibonacci that I'm going to be needing to do is from this high to this low. But if it breaks the previous high, 53 and 4/9 I see, or 53.44, breaking that, well then the Fibonacci numbers would increase. So I got a target level for this to go well into the mid 60s on a break above this point in here, single hour chart. This move is also moving with Bitcoin just fast. This one happened at 7 o'clock, so it started a little bit earlier. But after its decline, it got above this level of resistance near around 3 a.m. Small little pullback, and then great volume over the last couple of hours, bringing this market up north. Let's take a look at the cross of Litecoin against Bitcoin, because Litecoin is overperforming BTC. And upon its single hour term time frame, it got above this level of resistance big time on this move. Came from about the 122 handle. It rallied up close to 140, up to 138 and change, at least within Poloniex numbers. Most other exchanges would be within a percent or two usually. And 1339 is the current handle. When we take a look at this on the daily chart, it has managed to break out above this level of resistance. It established a sideways mode. This market has been bearish since it broke established support. Where was established support? It established it on December the 17th. It technically broke it here, but that doesn't count. I mean, you got to really break it, hold, stay above it, all that kind of stuff. And it's not uncommon to have a high that's technically higher or technically lower. In that book, that's a matching high. So this matching high had a matching low, but it met with the 18 lows this time. And then it got above it after several days on January the 5th. So right around 188, okay, it's clear break. There really wasn't, at least as of here, you don't know how many pullbacks there were, enough to make the market bullish. So when that's the case, you are expecting that within this, there's a good chance something like this would happen. You have a correctionary move if one were to take place. How many legs higher is this bull market going to have? Well, we've had this one that got it up to here. Correctionary move. And then when this one started, the big green candle happened as it broke out. Correction or leg higher number 2. Now it is made a statement that we're going for leg number 3 towards the upside. If this market has a hard time holding it throughout the day, what's really important is for it to hold and stay above the area of that level of resistance if it's not going to continue its move. General area, I'm going to draw somewhere around here. So therefore, when looking at this via the shorter term time frame, if it falls down below this, and you would expect on a bullish level to even bounce from this. If it doesn't do that, then it's that of a failed breakout. But a bull market has basically stating it's going to continue for a third leg higher as its next move. Of course, that's just a statement. It's almost like in sports. That's why you play the game, and that's what we're doing as far as the market movements is concerned, because big moves like this, oftentimes you're going to get the sell-offs, but when you have it and it doesn't give it all back and it can hold and stay above there, that's magnificent. With all that, of course, being said, and taking all of the negative points or the possible failed breakout, because this is a level of big resistance takeout, you're expecting a fast move to the next level. And it just started, of course. It's only about 3 or so hours in. And when looking at this on a more longer term time frame, this is where it gets really interesting, because this is the breakout on here, putting the move on a bullish level on the weekly term time frame. It established a level of resistance at the end of 2018, came back to the band, and it's had one leg higher. This is where it gets difficult if it goes up now, because it's been 3 pause weeks before this. It had its move. It barely went down to the tune that it never even touched this average. And now it's barely breaking the level of resistance in here. Keyword is barely, so it's not a clear breakout on a longer term time frame. But when these things go, I mean, like I stated, they can go so fast. And it's possible that this week is a major green candle week. Right now it's up 6.17%. This one was up 31. It's got we have a decent chance this week of at least a 25% gain, because of the way the mathematics state. All of these down here, what are the chances of a 25% gain this week? Not good. At any point, I would not have said that, other than maybe at the top of something like, oh no, I don't think I would have ever said that. And now it's possible. And I'll finish this off with its chart against the US fiat dollar, that is Litecoin. And 63 is that next level of big resistance. In a spot like this, I'm trying to figure, okay, establish resistance, come back to where it is. It's not really doing much of that. The band has flattened, started to barely rise. And the whole point of me using those stages is because not only because it's really common, but it's within the band because it has its correct. You want to have its correction from a move. That's basically it. So you've had this move, and I want to see its correction. 4 sideways pause weeks. Definitely 3 completed ones. And getting above here, yeah, maybe we'll have some resistance. And again, I wouldn't be surprised if it pierces above and even closer to 72 to 74 maybe. But not finding resistance here, or after a successful resistance test meaning it stops going up and it holds, and later on, and many weeks later, it would go higher, that you'd have it move to 125. And I wouldn't be surprised if it even just shot high through that level and just took that out and went right to here. So the odds to me of a move over the next into March into early April, next 6 weeks, of 125 is not that bad in comparison to where It could be because its technical analysis setup states with everything coming into now that on a break here at 58, 59, this thing has the potential to go haywire because the break above this established resistance, a clear one, is a pierce below 63. And it usually breaks that by more. So that's why I'm having a hard time giving this much of a resistance for the daily, the longer term time frame, like weekly and so on. It easily could and hang in there. It's just a small move higher. That suppose, but I like the odds the most of a breakout of a good chance of getting up here and finding a big level of and who knows at that, but I would say favorite of a big level of resistance somewhere between 115 and like 130, even around 133. I'm gonna think 100 is not going to be resistance, not the even number. As I said, it probably wouldn't have been support. We'll see as time moves on. Thank you for tuning in. Bye bye.